Assalamu alaikum. My name is Faria TEDx Fali, and this is episode 14 of Talk with ChatGPT. The topic is how to make better decisions and avoid regret. What is decision making?
Decision making is the process of choosing between two or more options to achieve a desired outcome. It involves gathering information, weighing the pros and cons, considering the potential consequences, and then selecting the option that best aligns with your goals and values. It can be a simple or complex process depending on the situation.
What makes a decision good?
A good decision is typically one that is well informed, aligns with your values and goals, and considers the potential consequences. It also takes into account the information and is made with a clear and calm mind. A good decision is also flexible enough to adapt if circumstances change and you learn new things. Ultimately, it feels right and helps you move forward in a positive direction.
So, how does fear of failure affect choices?
A fear of failure can have a significant impact on decision making. It might cause people to avoid taking risks or trying new things, leading to missed opportunities for growth. It can also result in overly cautious choices or sticking to what's familiar, even if it's not the best option. On the flip side, it can also drive some people to prepare more thoroughly and become more resilient. The key is finding a healthy balance and not letting that fear paralyze your choices.
Why is it so important to gather information before deciding?
Gathering information before making a decision is crucial because it helps you understand a situation better, weigh your options more effectively, and anticipate potential outcomes. It reduces uncertainty and the risk of making mistakes based on assumptions or incomplete data. With more information, you can make more confident, informed, and effective decisions that are more likely to lead to positive outcomes. It also helps build your confidence in the decision you make.
Okay, can you explain what's regret?
Regret is an emotional response to past decisions that didn't turn out as hoped. It often involves a sense of disappointment or sorrow about the outcome and can sometimes be accompanied by thoughts about what could have been done differently. Regret can be a powerful teacher as it encourages us to reflect and learn from our experiences. The key is to use regret constructively rather than dwelling on it so we can make better decisions in the future.
Why is a calm mind important for decisions?
A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. This mindset is important for decision making because it encourages us to view challenges and setbacks as opportunities to learn rather than as failures. It helps us to remain adaptable, open to new information, and willing to take calculated risks, which ultimately leads to better, more informed decisions. It also helps build resilience, making it easier to bounce back from any missteps along the way.
Okay, so how can being patient lead to better decisions?
Being patient allows you to take the time to gather all necessary information, consider your options thoroughly, and reflect on potential outcomes without rushing into a decision. This helps you avoid impulsive choices that you might later regret. Patience also gives you the space to manage stress and anxiety, leading to clearer thinking and more rational decisions. Over time, this habit of patience can significantly enhance the quality of your decision making.
So how can you make quick but smart daily decisions?
Making smart decisions often involves a few key steps. First, gather as much relevant information as possible to understand the situation fully. Then consider your options and weigh the pros and cons of each. It's also helpful to seek input from trusted advisors or people with experience. Always keep your long term goals in mind and try to align your decisions with those goals. And finally, be ready to adapt if your information comes to light. This approach helps ensure that your decisions are well informed and strategic.
Can visualization improve decision making?
Absolutely. Visualization can be a powerful tool for decision making. By imagining different scenarios and outcomes, you can better anticipate the consequences of your choices. It also helps you gain clarity and reduce anxiety by mentally rehearsing how you'll handle various situations. This process can boost your confidence and help you make more thoughtful and effective decisions.
Can we avoid all regret in life?
It's pretty tough to avoid regret completely because we're all human and we make mistakes or have moments where we second guess ourselves. However, we can minimize regret by making thoughtful decisions, learning from our experiences, and being kind to ourselves. Embracing a growth mindset and focusing on what we can control helps us move forward with fewer regrets.
Why should we accept that some regret is normal?
Accepting that some regret is normal helps us be more compassionate with ourselves. It acknowledges that no one is perfect and that mistakes are part of growth and learning. This mindset reduces the pressure we put on ourselves to be flawless and encourages us to learn from our experiences rather than dwell on them. It ultimately leads to greater resilience and a healthier outlook on life.
Okay, so how can we turn a bad decision into a learning experience?
Turning a bad decision into a learning experience is all about reflection and growth. First, acknowledge what went wrong without being too hard on yourself, then analyze the situation to understand what led to the outcome, identify the lessons you can take away, and think about how you can apply them in the future. Finally, give yourself credit for growing and improving, and use that experience to build more confidence in your decision making going forward.
Why is flexibility important in decision making?
Absolutely. No worries. Flexibility in decision making is really important because it allows you to adapt to new information and changing circumstances. When you're flexible, you're more open to alternative solutions and can course correct if needed. This mindset not only helps you make better decisions, but also reduces stress because you're not rigidly attached to one single outcome. It's definitely a great trait to cultivate.
Can intuition be trusted?
Intuition can definitely be a valuable guide, especially when it's based on experience and knowledge. It often helps us make quick decisions when we don't have all the data. However, it's also important to balance intuition with rational analysis, especially in high stakes situations. So while intuition can be trusted, it's usually best when combined with a bit of critical thinking.
So, should you follow your heart or your head?
That's a classic dilemma. Ideally, a balance of both is the best approach. Following your heart can lead to more passionate and fulfilling choices, while listening to your head ensures that your decisions are practical and sustainable. So, finding that sweet spot between your emotions and logic usually leads to the best outcomes.
How should I balance it?
Balancing heart and head is all about self awareness and reflection. A good strategy is to first identify what your instincts are telling you and then weigh them against the practical details. You can ask yourself questions like, does this decision align with my values? And is it realistic and sustainable? Sometimes it also helps to get a second opinion from someone you trust. Over time, you'll get better at knowing when to lean more on one side or the other.
So what's the difference between a risky and a smart decision?
A risky decision is one that involves a high level of uncertainty and potential for loss without much mitigation. While a smart decision takes into account the risks and has a plan to manage them. In other words, a smart decision involves careful analysis, preparation, and sometimes taking calculated risks, whereas a purely risky decision might be more impulsive. Key difference is the level of thought and strategy behind it.
So what's your number one tip for making better decisions?
My number one tip would be to gather as much relevant information as you can before making a decision. Uh, the more informed you are, the better you can weigh your options and anticipate potential outcomes. It also helps reduce uncertainty and boost your confidence in the choice you make.
Okay, thank you so much. That is it for today.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help. If you ever have more questions, just let me know. Have a great day.